Greetings. I'm Thia, and I'm here to talk about something that's sacred. In my life, it was sacred and is and significant, and that is about surviving suicide. And a tool that I discovered that's now very important in my life and significant. And I believe I came up with some specific formulas that can help us through these very difficult times. And that's about astrology. So, yes, you can call me an astrologer, you can call me a minister, you can call me a corporate executive, you can call me a mystic or a teacher. Yes, I'm all those things. And what's most important is I'm alive, here today in a happy life to tell you and discuss with you how I managed to stay on the planet through multiple times in my life when there just didn't seem like there was any other option but then to leave by my own accord. And struggling through those periods in my life. And most important, not talking about it. I didn't know I wasn't talking about it until more recently I mentioned the work that I'm doing to some old friends that have known me since I was a teenager. And they said, I didn't know that about you. I thought you were the most confident person I knew. I just kind of smiled and I said, yeah, sometimes I am. And many times I was. And obviously I didn't talk about this other side of my life. This other challenge that met me several times. Now that I'm older and I've studied astrology for decades, I'm able to understand that during those periods of time when there didn't seem like any other option, the planetary influence was impacting me, whether I knew it or not. And it became my hidden secret, I guess. I didn't think about it so much when times were moving along and all was well and I was evolving in my material life and my psychological foundation and all of that. So I look back, hindsight's 2020, and looking back, I can see all the way back to the age of 13, which was my first experience, was kind of profound in the part what I've learned about astrology and what I call those critical life cycles. There are times in everybody's life where there becomes challenges, and they're significant during these periods. And I'm going to talk more in detail about that. But those people who struggle around the 13 to 16, the 27 to 31, the 38, 40 to 42, 49, 50, 52, 52, and on. There's a 58 to 60 cycle, 65, 66. A lot of those times, and any astrologer will know what I'm talking about and what planet influences they are, but they're all opportunities. It's all good. That's the first line this astrologer is going to tell you. It's all good. It all happens for us, not to us, but for us, to learn what we need to learn and why we're here. So I'll kind of take us through that, those cycles and talk about them specifically. But what I identified with people that I've done research with and have worked with about the suicide piece, there is usually something other than just that planetary cycle, like Saturn is significant. They usually have, or they had, and I have, very personal, intimate planets that are involved in that cycle. And sometimes it's just beyond the day by day. And that's what personal planetary influences are. It sets up our day to day. It moves quicker and it's here and gone. And when it's in transit, but when it's in our chart, sitting there at the time we were born, it becomes a point. a sensitive point, when it's attached to something that a planet that's much more significant in slower in movement, changing generations, not just a personal life. So that's a little snippet of what I believe is it's the elementary element, just the foundation for why some people say, I never think about suicide. I never think about that. It's just not an option. And other people are like, it's an option many times in life. And then it's an option maybe once in life. And hopefully they're still here to talk about it. Suicide's a very personal, intimate, individual situation. Different for everyone, different for the purpose of making that decision, following through on that decision. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my own personal experience, but I do want to say that this won't be a solution for everybody. I don't think there's one solution serves all. It does require that people have some understanding that we're bigger than just our life here on this planet, that we're connected, and that we are cosmic beings, and we have help other than just what's in front of us. And so it requires that we have an open mind. So I come here with an open mind, an open heart, and open arms in hopes that I can help by sharing my own story. So I ask you to bear with me. It's a sensitive issue for me, and the story is not always easy to tell. And anybody who's connected to this or understands what I'm saying for their own personal journey, or for somebody that they are concerned about or they care deeply about, I welcome you along this journey. I welcome you to come here, listen to what is said, join us in the groups, very private groups that we create, and find a way to make it through that next moment. Because if anything, more than anything, astrology is a proof that this shall pass too. And it's written in the planets in the sky, literally, and there's a date. That's what saved my life. I was given a date. This date, you'll start to feel better. And I did. And so I'm grateful. So I'm grateful for that message from a dear friend and astrologer of mine in my early days of learning. And I'm grateful that I went on to learn, almost as my first language, how astrology connects in with so many things in life. And so I believe that my work is to take tools, metaphysical tools like astrology, and help to create new thought material that can help with the healing. It's a healing tool. It's an expansion tool. It's a connections, whether it's individual or community or all of humanity, connecting us to the greater energies. So I hope that if this is helpful, you'll subscribe below, and information that is available to you, services that can help, whatever comes around through Divinely One. And Divinely One is an organization I created because that's exactly what I believe. We are all divinely one. So whatever I'm going through, others are going through. Whatever you're healing, I'm getting healed, and I'm grateful. So welcome to Thia Heart to Heart in this playlist about surviving suicide. Namaste. See you soon. Bye-bye.